Essentially, it's Essential Man here, so this is my review of last week's AEW Dynamite. Last week's Dynamite kicked off with the AEW Tag Team title match between Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, defending the belts against Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. One more in the match, you had Penelope Ford, Kip Sabian's girlfriend, kind of did the Hurricanrana. I think it was on Hangman Page. Instead of Page doing like a move on her, he kind of plays her down in the ring onto the mat. And then, Penelope Ford got kicked out from the match. And then after, when the referee was distracted, you had Jimmy Havoc hit a wrench, used the wrench and hit both Omega and really Page with the wrench into the gut. And I think it was Havoc or Saban kind of pinned one of them. I think it's Omega or Page, but they got kicked out from the shot, the gut shot with the wrench. I felt like one more of the match, you had Havoc trying to use a hacksaw, but quickly thwarted. Yeah, this match was really good. It's really believed that Saban and Havoc could be winning the tag team titles, but unfortunately, they didn't. In the end, Page and Omega hit it's called a last shot. It's basically a feed trigger and a bookshot combo to win this match and retain the AEW Tag Team Championships. And then you got the first segment with Tully Blanchard shouting at Shawn Spears because, Shawn Spears is losing matches. And then there was one scene, there was a limo scene. And then you basically, in the limo, you had Tully Blanchard giving Shawn Spears a glove. I don't know why it is going to lead. I don't know, we have to find out. The next match, we got Brian Cage versus Shawn Dean. Basically another squash match for Brian Cage, building up his match with Jon Moxley for the world title at Fyter Fest. Brian Cage hit the draw claw on Shawn Dean to win this match, and then afterwards Taz cut a promo, said about Jon Moxley in the previous week's Dynamite. Moxley kind of snicker and laugh while Taz did a promo. And, basically Taz says, Brian Cage is going to kick the shit out of you at Fyter Fest and kind of putting over Brian Cage more, calling him the Machine. And then you got, Jon Moxley came and says, I'm not being intimidated. I'm a different type of beast, or this type of animal, you're trying to say. And then it's just really no fight at this point. I think it's going into the last stage of the build to their world title match at Fyter Fest. And then we got this second with basically Lance Archer being down like this mass jobber outside. I think it was near a construction site. And basically there's no. That defeat to Cody at Double or Nothing, it doesn't affect me. Many people's going to die, and, it's just a bit wacky for me. And anyway, so the next match, we've got Chris Jericho versus Colt Cabana. No, we got another segment, sorry. We got another segment with the Private Party, with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy kind of put over the Private Party, says, well, you had the same, you and him had the same bond as me and my brother, and basically Private Party says about, pitched the whole idea with the Hardy Party, and he kind of I had thought on that, and Matt left, and then you had Sammy Guevara on his scooter, says we're cool, and then Guevara kind of basically in his confused look, got a little bit of reference of the Stadium Stampede match from Double or Nothing, because Matt Hardy's cool. They're not really, he's not in this feud with the Inner Circle at this point. And then we got Jericho versus Colt Cabana. This was another good. This was a really good match. Jericho Cabana was good. Before the entrance, you had Guevara singing Jericho's theme music, and he was a bad singer, man. This was a good match between Jericho and Colt Cabana. One more of the match, you basically Haggard, attack Colt Cabana. I think Colt Cabana hit a moonsault outside of the ring on both Jericho and Haggard. He hit a Frankenstein onto Jericho in the ring. He was going for a Superman, Colt Cabana, but Jericho counted into a Walls of Jericho. In the end, Jericho hit the Judas Effect onto Colt Cabana to win this match, and then after that, you got a promo segment with Jericho. Basically, you said he basically wants Mike Tyson out and called him a piece of shit, and he said, "I'm gonna shove his head up to what was it? His head up to your ass, up to Mike Tyson's ass." And then he wanted to call out Mike Tyson, but instead you got Orange Cassidy came out. He didn't do anything. Basically, he's trying to rob Jericho's. Basically, trying to pickpocket Jericho, and he Orange Cassidy kind of like thwarted the attacks from really Hager and Jericho. Came towards the barricade between the best friends. Basically, the best friends picked him up into the other side of the barricade, and that's it. So, and then we got this segment with Britt Baker. He's did like she's doing like that training montage. Everyone knows like she got injured. There was a training montage like she's doing like the ropes. There was like a plate behind her wheelchair. You got Rebel doing the work, like wheeling her into the track. Like the track course. Like football players do. Preparing for matches, and then at the end of the training montage, basically it's a parody of like athletes getting injured. They're doing that like montage to doing that comeback into when they return, whether it's in football, basketball, boxing, whatever. In the end, like Baker is like rolling to the ramp. You basically like this Doctor Rebel and even Tony Schiavone kind of like cheering her on. That was really good. This was way better from the role model scene from the previous week Dynamite. And then we got Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. A really good match between Swole and Nyla. And they keep cutting to Hikaru Shida, the AEW Women's Champion. Yeah, it was a really good match. I thought Swole could beat Nyla Rose, but in the end, I think one more of the match kicked out the a spear. Rose hit a spear on Big Swole. In the end, Nyla hit the spine buster onto Big Swole to win this match, and then afterwards there was an interview segment with Tony Schiavone interviewing Big Swole, and then you got not Nyla Rose, Britt Baker kind of shouting, and then she was on this type of Rolls Royce. It's not really a Rolls Royce, it's basically a golf cart, and then basically a Rebel back the golf cart towards the barricade, kind of crashed a bit of the barricade, make sure like Britt Baker trying to confront Big Swole, and then Big Swole grab the chair, and then they kind of like Rebel and Britt Baker kind of take off the Rolls Royce. Basically, it's a golf cart, so could lead towards a feud between Britt Baker and Big Swole after Britt Baker gets recovery, or she's gonna be another conspirators. Anyway. And then we got these interview segments with with Darby Allin, said about like he's no longer medically clear, bring it up like he got injured by Brian Cage at Double Nothing. Could be a part of why because the interview segments with Taz, and says and then we got this interview segment with Tony Schiavone once again interviewing with the former Revival. I think it's called FTR. I'll call them Dash and Cash. Basically, They don't even explain what FTR stands for. They don't really care. They're talking about what tag teams they're gonna face, and then you got like the Butcher and the Blade into trying to confront FTR. So that probably led to a match probably at Dynamite or probably at Fyter Fest. I think they are going to plant the seeds for FTR versus the Young Bucks later. Probably later on this year, probably at All Out. And then you got a segment with Colt Cabana with Brody Lee and this guy, is recruiting with the Dark Order. Basically, give this basically like Brody Lee's lackey kind of give the Colt Cabana a water bottle. Like water. Anyway, moving on to the main event. Main event, we got the TNT title match between Cody Rhodes and Jungle Boy. A really good match. This is a really good match. Back and forth between Jungle Boy and Cody. Like one more of the match, Jungle Boy did like a moonsault, trying to do 2 suicide dives. He did hit Cody with the first one. He was going for the second one, but Cody kind of like Cody catches Jungle Boy and kind of throw towards the what's it called? The Austin, was it the Gun Club? It's called. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, basically they're wearing like these dudes wearing these t-shirts says Gun Crew, whatever it's called. One more in the match, and later on in the match, Cody kind of did multiple headbutts onto Jungle Boy, and then he was trying to do it again. There was like this AEW wall, but Jungle Boy got out of the way. Cody finally headbutt the wall. That led to Cody bled. He bled completely heavy in this match, and then you got this one segment with Jungle Boy confronting MGF. That plants the seeds, probably a match or rivalry down the middle between Jungle Boy and MGF. One more in the match, and then there was a table spot. Both Cody and Jungle Boy went through a table. And then in the end, Cody hit like a really sick crossroads to win this match and retain the TNT title. And this is the first title defense because he defeated Lance Archer at Double or Nothing to become the first TNT champion. And I found out like the comment this week, Cody could face one half of the Private Party, Mark Quinn. So anyway, so yeah, it was last week's AEW Dynamite was a decent show. Match of the night, I have to go with, I don't know. I think there was really good matches. The opener was good, really good. Jericho, Colt Cabana, Nyla Rose, Big Swole. And I have to say the main event was really good, man. So I don't think there was any bad in this match. It was just there was hardly any bad, but it's just really a decent show. So for AEW, trying to build up for Fyter Fest, and I forgot to tell you, Fyter Fest for this year is a 2-part show. They do it the first part will be on the 1st of July, and the second one will be on the 8th of July. Basically, it's like WrestleMania 36, instead of doing it like back to back, it's once every different other day. So, okay, that's my review of last week's AEW Dynamite. Leave your thoughts, comments section below, smash the like button, and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. This is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.